Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My camera is off target. There we go. How is everybody doing? I am by myself this morning, but don't let that. I'm just hitting all kinds of stuff right now. Don't let that get you down. No low blow, no Billy, just Moltar for you guys to come hang out with. We got TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group, and I think it's going to be a great one. I'm really excited about this one. Not sure how it goes. I was going to try and give you guys some first-person views, but you know what I figured out? Moltar, you got to have the modules installed to be able to see the cockpit. That's rather important. Module for that particular plane to be able to see the cockpit. And I'm thinking, man, why can't I see the plane? Why are some people showing up as AI? You know what? It's because I don't have the module installed. You can see the external of the plane, but you can't see the inside without the module. ED, you got me. You got me. I have the modules. I just haven't installed them. Installing them on 4 different instances, it's going to take up some space. But I think it's worth it. First-person cameras hopefully will be coming hopefully tomorrow, as long as the tracks that are being streamed tomorrow have the first-person views, which they should. So hopefully that's a thing, or I'm going to have to hound some teams. Have to hound some people. But guys, TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group, and we got the right supercut coming at you today. Enjoy. I'll see you back here for takeoff here in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. I think this is Guadata taking on Krimsk. TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group. TAW Wolfpack is being represented by Preacher, Spectrum, Mago, and Bad Lego. 3 18s and a Singleton 16. And then if we flip over and look at what's being represented for German Tactical Air Group, we have... Who is that? Who are you? Arai, Night Raid, Papa Saber, or Papa, I always screw up his name, and Gozer. So get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. These guys are in F-16s and JF-17s, so almost totally non-symmetrical setups. 3 18s for TAW, split. 3 18s for TAW, and 3 16s for German Tactical Air Group, and then 1 16 for TAW, and 1 17 for German Tactical Air Group. Spectrum dropped the Prime sub for the last 3 months. Monk came in, threw 100 bits at me. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. All of that goes into the war chest and making this stream better. And I think one thing we're going to do to try and make this stream better is we're going to bring back some of the humor. We're going to bring back some of the fun stuff. I'm going to lose my shit, hopefully, today. Durdo with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Hype train is going. Can we keep it going? That is the question. If you guys have Amazon Prime linked up or you haven't linked it yet, you get a free sub. And it just all goes back to making this stream better. That's what it goes to. So how is everybody's Wednesday morning, afternoon, or evening going today? I always love mine getting things started with DCS, SATAL, Squadron Air-to-Air League, Team Beat 'em Up. This is a Gold League match. Again, if you missed me saying it like for the 400th time, TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group. At the time of this match, they were both undefeated. Okay? Both undefeated. I don't know what's going to take place going forward, but they were both undefeated at the time of this match getting going. So, just heads up, that's what happened. That's what happened. Or was happening. Nobody had lost yet. God, I can't talk. What is wrong with me? I don't know why my wife even found me attractive. She probably doesn't find me attractive anymore. Put on some weight, got more angry. DCS took over my life. All my friends are virtual. Just, yeah, is what it is. Crash says, rainy day, got my coffee, got my pajamas, ready to watch this stuff. You are ready to watch virtual airplanes blow up. Neck beard? It's the full beard. I don't just have a neck beard. I got a full-on beard. Is this considered a neck beard? Is that a neck beard? I mean, it's all over. Is that a neck beard? I don't know if I should be sad for that. Makes me sad. These guys are taking off. Gozer is leading the way. He's the first to depart, followed by Papa Saber. So G-Tag is getting rolling right off the get-go. TAW hasn't moved yet. Orion Night Raider getting ready to roll here in just a second. I think I need to... Oh, they're rolling now. No, they're not. Yes, they are. I need to zoom in the TAC view. All right, we'll just go to split view so you guys can see both. But I'm Sauber. Sauber. I'm going to forget that. But Sauber. Sauber. I will immediately forget. But I will try. Saying any rules. Well, there are actually lots of rules. It's 4v4. There are weapon restrictions. It's airfield versus airfield. Actually, the thing that you probably should do is read does anybody have the link for the ED page of this? It's probably somewhere. So that my man, Saiyan, can read through the rules. Nope. 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 Jet sounds in the morning. What a way to wake up. Wish I lived closer to an actual airfield, because, man, it sounds so good. Those guys over at Echo with their sound mod. It's so nice. So nice. And DCS has been stepping up their game too, but I think we gotta relive that. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Here we go. Loud noise. So good. Just never get tired of it. Ever. Crash says he's heading down to Fort Worth. I would appreciate that. Get some sound for the Echo boys to be able to make some of their stuff happen. Anyway, I'm going to turn off my camera. And we are going to take a look at the mission location. So mission location is Crimps taking on Guadada. 4 aircraft departing Guadada for German Tactical Air Group as they are in the north first. And then 4 aircraft departing for TAW Wolfpack as they are in the south first. Last time we watched this was yesterday with Grim Reapers taking on Task Force Trident, I think. And the northern airfield coming out of Crimps had a significant advantage. Every round that was won from the north. Every round that was won from the north. Let that sink in. Does geographical location play a role in one's team's ability to win? What do you guys think? And by the way, guys, that port and stuff for real-time telemetry probably isn't right. I need to go fix that. It's probably not right. I need to open the port and stuff, so just ignore Streamlabs bot. He's lying. He's a liar! Turn that down a smidgen. Smidgen. There we go. Try view. Boom. Now we'll just do this. So I'm by myself, no low blow or Billy today. So I'm going to do my best to attack view to try and keep it centered on the fight. No guarantees though. I'm going to probably focus more on 2 cameras because it's just easier. Are they flying in VR? Some of the guys fly in VR, but not everybody does. I personally don't fly in VR. I like my button boxes, my touchscreen monitors and stuff. It's just, I need to be able to reach out and touch things. Other guys love VR. I do like the situational awareness advantage that VR gives you for depth and positioning and knowing where people are and head movement. Track IR doesn't hold a candle to VR. VR is so much better. But I like my button boxes, and I play on a 65-inch OLED, so I couldn't go back and play on a monitor. If I were going to have to go back, I would have to go to VR if I had to make a choice. But TV for right now. Getting ready to do a sim pit. Not sure which one. I like the Monster Tech one. The MTX sim rig. That's nice. That is nice. But these guys are now, how far away are we from one another? 67 miles. So if there was a Tomcat, we'd be in range of being able to shoot at each other. Distance between Krimskin to Guadada is about 160 miles. So we're about halfway through the ingress distance. No long-range weapons. I wonder if TAW is going to have any type of advantage of... You're not a JF-17. Oh, I'm not, meaning VR. What? What do you mean you're not in a JF-17? It's right here. You are too. It's right there. Papa Saber says JF-17. Or no, it doesn't. You can't even see it. It says JF-17. I was wondering what the hell you were talking about, but now I understand. Now I understand. Yeah, it makes sense now, Zelamix. I'm following what you guys are putting down. I'm following. Looks like Arai still has 3 tanks on. I don't know what Bad Lego has. Bad Lego has 2 tanks, but he's got the pod. He's got the pod rocking. So will the pod play a role being able to see guys at distance? I mean, you can lock them up, see those launches. Is that going to be a thing? And he is on 4 120s, 5 120s, and a single AIM-9. I don't know how I feel about that. What are your guys' thoughts? Would you take an AIM-9? You think it's worth it? I don't, personally. The maneuverability of the new 120s from the past few months is way better than it used to be. And to me, there's no reason. I don't think there's a reason to take that AIM-9. It's a lot easier to spoof an AIM-9 too. In close, you're not going to spoof a 120. Granted, it does have to have you do have to have a lock, and it does have to be able to see them coming off the rail. So there's that. All right, so jumping back up here to the map. These guys have launched, and we need music. I can't do this solid, this quiet. 120 was launched. I think that was from Gozer. It's on Spectrum. Spectrum is defending. Well, running away. I don't know about defending. But that 120 that was coming at him is not going to catch him. And it's still chasing him. I thought it switched over to Mago, but it has not. I wish we could listen into their SRS comms. Me too. But some teams don't want that. Maybe next year I may make that mandatory that we have to be able to listen to comms, but I don't know. I think that would add quite a bit. But some teams are very particular about what they want people to listen to. They don't want people to know that they're having a hard time. You can't stream snipe because this match actually took place almost 2 months ago. So we're watching the replay. So there is no stream sniping at all. 120 now being launched at TAW Mago. Let's grab him, see if we can see that coming in. He's defending now. Don't see the missile. Yeah, he's going to be, it's still 3 miles behind him. He's not going to have any issues getting away from that one. You can see him dragging it now. See it back there, 1.5 miles back. Bring the volumes down a smidgen. There we go. Okay, so TAW Mago is continuing to egress away from the area. Both teams look like they're being very patient in this round one of German Tactical Air Group taking on TAW Wolfpack. Nobody's really being overly ambitious or aggressive trying to make things happen, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, but both teams being very patient. So how long is this going to last? What are the weapon retentions going to be like? We can see TAW Preacher putting a 120 out. He's diving away now. He launched that missile. There it goes, 3.5 miles away, ingressing towards its target. Looks like it's going to be on Papa Saber. Don't know how I feel about that one, particularly because that missile was launched from 35 miles. 35 miles, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that's going to make it and be effective. Very ambitious. Very ambitious. But, you know, you're never going to hit the shots you don't take. So I got to credit him for that. Got to credit him for that. Nope. Wrong button. Wrong button again. There we go. So these guys are continuing to collapse on one another. Question B, will they turn away? Gozer is now turning away after launching another 120. I'm going to be worried about these guys' weapon states as we get progressively further and further into this round one. We're seeing not a ton of missiles, but enough that if this continues for any stretch of time, weapons are going to be a problem. And we talked about it yesterday with the Grim Reapers taking on Task Force Trident, where Grim Reapers, especially in that first round, had problems with weapons. So is that going to be the case here? Are we going to see one of these teams have a problem with weapons? TAW Mago is now running from another missile inbound on his 6. Can't see the missile yet. You guys should be able to give you guys the map view. So he's running from it. It is catching him. Don't see it, though. Still don't. It's back there somewhere. Is it right above him? There it is. So it is right above him. And now it's descending, and it's not going to catch him. It's still 3 miles away in the vertical plane. That's not going to be able to come down. I don't even know if it's still tracking him. Well, it is tracking him because it's descending. Well, this may be closer than I think. It's under a mile now, but it's just... Oh, my God. That got way, way closer than I thought it was going to. Wow. Wow. That was sniffing exhaust fumes coming down from 4 miles above. Was that still tracking when you see it detonate down there on the ground? Was that still tracking? Man. That got close. That got really, really close. Blew by my expectations of how close that was. I thought, it's not tracking. It's 4 miles above him. And then it comes back and almost smashes into the top of his aircraft. 120 now being launched from Spectrum. We see it? We see it? We can't see it. I'm trying to look for it. And I don't see it. Just making sure you guys were awake. Multiple 120s launched from the TAW side, now ingressing on Papa Saber and Gozer. Those aren't going to be a factor as they are still 8 miles behind. Nah. No way. No way, Jose. So I think it's going to come down to fuel and who has the weapons remaining at the end of this. I think that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. We are 14 minutes in since takeoff. 14 minutes. Let's do a weapons inventory check, all right? Let's check here. So we've got Papa Saber still has 5, 3 radar, and 2 IR. Night Raid still has all 6. Ares still has 5. Gozer, 4. Preacher, 4 radar, 2 IR. Bad Lego, 5 and 1. Spectrum, 5 and 2. Mago, 5 and 2. Okay, so they're doing better than I thought. They're doing better than I initially thought. Okay. Not as worried about it anymore. We're still okay. Still okay. 120s being exchanged between Night Raid and Mago. One thing to point out here is look how spread out TAW is. Separation between each aircraft is roughly 15 miles. And look how close. Look how close these guys are to one another. G-Tag is much closer. I mean, we got 5 mile separation between Night Raid and Arai, and then Papa Saber and Gozer are 2 miles separated. And then distance between these flights is under the singleton separation of what TAW's got. So much closer proximity for the German Tactical Air Group side than for TAW. So maybe TAW is operating more in a 4 singleton style as opposed to 2 ships, what I'm seeing from the German Tactical Air Group side. Papa Saber also still has his tanks on. Zalnick says, last time you told me I was too far away. Greetings, Night Raid. Well, you're doing a much better job. I mean, you guys you're staying together. The one thing I'm worried about in this situation is getting a concave established around your side since you're so close. But with the patience that is being showcased here, you're not in... G-Tag isn't in any danger of being surrounded. So when you ball up, yes, it's great to all be together, but it's very easy to get surrounded and lose all of your egress positions or ability to defend. So that's the thing that you need to... It's a give and take. There are pros and cons to everything. Like TAW, they have the ability to surround a side, but their ability to provide mutual support is much more deteriorated than German Tactical Air Group. So pros and cons, both sides. Another long-range missile being launched from Gozer. Let's grab that one and ride along. So here it is on the map. Looks like it's tracking TAW Spectrum. and it is a trashed missile. It's already down to 1,300 knots. Chasing Spectrum. Spectrum by this point is probably getting a missile warning. He's not going to recommit into this. He's Mach 1, 22,000 feet. That missile's got no chance in hell of being able to chase him down. And if we look down here, jump into the TAC view. If we look down here, the ST-10 that was launched from Papa Sober is not going to catch Bad Lego. So lots of long launches happening in this match, and the teams are doing a great job of being aware of them and getting away from them. So well done on that case. However, Preacher, is he in trouble? Where's that missile? Ooh, it flew right above him, so I don't think it was tracking. I actually think it's on TAW Mago, so that missile's not going to be, well, it's still Mach 1.7. Let's see if I can grab it. So here's the missile chasing Mago. 900 knots coming down from altitude. It's not going to have much more room or energy to be able to maneuver. And yeah, she's out of it. Coming up on Mach 1, she can't get enough airflow over those fins to be able to maneuver. She's trying slowly, but she just can't. And I think this is what happened earlier with that missile that came down from 4 miles above. It just didn't have the energy or the airflow coming over those fins to be able to maneuver to get in on target. So long shots are great, but the missile's got to have the energy left to be able to finalize and get that hit on target. Papa Saber just jettisoned his tanks. Look at that smoky engine from that JF-17 Thunder. The Jeff. Teams are slowly starting to inch closer, especially German Tactical Air Group is steadily getting closer to the TAW side. We can see Arai really inching forward against Bad Lego. We've got Preacher now coming in on the right. Doesn't look like he's going to press, but Preacher coming in on the right, trying to help his possibly pressed on teammate. Long missile launch coming from Preacher. Looks like it's on Night Raid. Another one being launched from Preacher. I don't think that one's tracking. This one is coming at Gozer, though. And that 120 is getting quite close. So let's take a look at Preacher and see where that missile is. It's probably above him. There it is. Ooh, got really close. Jettisoned those tanks into the tree line. Some farmers will have a heyday with that. But that 120's under 2 miles behind him and got line of sighted and flew into the mountain. So no continual threat there. But teams are slowly getting closer and closer together as this match continues to unfold. German Tactical Air Group is now pushing away, regrouping. And now we've got more similar formations coming on both sides, but we still have that two-ship geometry for German Tactical Air Group. Papa Sober and Gozer staying together, and Orion Night Raid staying together, and then Spectre, Mago, Preacher, and Bad Lego for the TAW Wolfpack side are all operating as pseudo-singletons. Interesting approach. They're in more of a wall formation where you've got the traditional 2-2 ships for the German Tactical Air Group front. My worry is for the TAW Wolfpack side is one of them getting pounced on. Mutual support's going to be really difficult in this position given how separated everyone is. It's going to be really hard if one of your guys gets jumped from somebody they didn't see to get over there in time to be able to drive the opponent away or take him out before your compadre gets blown out of the sky and taken down. 120 being launched from Night Raid. That is on Preacher. Let's grab that missile. So here comes the one. Sorry, it's on. Wrong button. It is on Preacher. So let's go to split screen and see if this has any impact coming in. So Preacher's aircraft is on the left. The missile targeting him is on the right. 6.5 miles away. 1,200 knots. That missile's toast. It doesn't have the energy. Good defensive maneuvering from Preacher to be able to push that missile out of energy, and looks like it may even go straight in the ground. So well done by Preacher. I don't know that he even needed to dive for the dirt here. He may think the missile's closer than it is. Night Raid also on a different screen is jettisoning his tanks. But that missile is donezo. 700 knots, not enough energy to be able to keep up with the supersonic Preacher. Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot, but not good enough. Preacher says, nuh-uh-uh. Got to get closer to that to make something effective and happen. Another missile coming from, I think that's on Gozer onto Preacher, but it was launched so far away that it's not going to make anything happen. So the fights, what I thought would be to watch would be down here to the left, but now they're pushing away. Arai, though, may be trying to make something happen as he comes in from the bottom. So he may be the pilot to watch. Coming in here from the bottom, Night Raid looks like he's coming in from the west, trying to get a flank on Bad Lego. Preacher may be recognizing what's going on and trying to come over and help facilitate a more even exchange. But look at the German Tactical Air Group side. They've got a 4v1, possibly 4v2 developing here. Is Preacher going to get in too deep? I'm a little worried about his positioning. Let's go to split screen and keep an eye on him. Little worried about his positioning. He is 14 miles away from the nearest enemy, but he's continuing to press. He's now on a head-on incursion with Night Raid. 11 miles away, Night Raid launching a missile from 25,000 feet over Mach 1. Preacher is at 10,000 feet, 600 knots, so right about Mach 1. But Preacher may be in trouble as that missile's closing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That thing is closing really, really fast. Mile and a half behind Preacher. Is he going to be able to get away from it? He thinks so. Yes. He's going to fly over the crest of that hill, and he is going to be A-okay. So great defensive flying by Preacher, recognizing, hey, I got in a little bit deep. I need to make sure I don't get taken out and push my teammates, forcing them into an uphill climb. So well done. And now we've got a possible 3v1 scenario coming here. Arai got in really deep, and Bad Lego, Mago, and Preacher, I think, are recognizing that. Arai, thankfully, doesn't try and push his luck and turns away. Preacher is 10 miles behind him. Night Raid now coming in from the west, trying to help his teammate. So we got Night Raid now. Preacher, again, is the man to watch. Him and Night Raid are the guys to watch here. So here's this fight. Preacher here, Arai dragging, Night Raid coming in from the west. So Preacher is in a south heading. Night Raid is dragging, maybe recommitting. Night Raid coming in from Preacher's right or his western flank. And we're going to go to split screen so we can see from both these guys' perspectives. Night Raid pressing Preacher, Preacher turning in. I don't think Preacher sees him. I don't think Preacher knows where he's at. Does Night Raid see where Preacher's at? I think he does. I think he does. Where is he? Where is he? Nope. Okay, so they're right over top one another. Here we go. Night Raid diving onto Preacher. He's got a great shot 3 miles away. There goes the wingtip 120. Preacher has no idea. He tries to get a 120. Oh, it's an AIM-9. Wrong missile, and Preacher gets smashed. Face smile all over the place. Facials, especially from above, are something you do not want to be blind on. I was trying to roll there, and it didn't happen. It did not happen. Man, okay, so let's pause, take a viewpoint of what's going on. Preacher just got hammered from above, right? The unseen facial is bad news. Wreck your day. And it was so bad for Preacher, it ripped his wings off. Okay, so let's take stock in what's going on. Tac view. Boom. What is happening? Preacher just got taken out. Arai did a fantastic job dragging and bagging. He drug Preacher right into Night Raid. Night Raid was above him, came down from above, death from above, and pounced on his unsuspecting prey, Preacher, and Preacher just didn't preach hard enough. Smashed. Gone. 4-3. German Tactical Air Group advantage. German Tactical Air Group advantage. And I really like their positioning now more than I like TAW. They've got this line formation. I'm a little worried about Gozer being that separated. But look how separated TAW is. Mago is all by himself. All by his lonesome. with the possible 3 ship that he's going to run into. Could be bad. Could be very, very bad. But let's hit play and see how this is going to go. And somebody else asking about stream sniping and stuff, replays. This is one of the advantages we get from replays, is we can pause and go and take evaluations of what's going on and good stuff like that. So 120 now being launched from Mago. Let's ride along with it. Here it comes. It's coming in onto Arai. Arai is defending now. Missile still got 1,500 knots of smash on him, 2 miles away, and I think it's going to get bled out of energy by the time it gets anywhere close. Mago, meanwhile, yeah, it's not going to get close. Mago, meanwhile, launched a secondary 120 onto Night Raid, and everybody is going to be able to make it away of their perspective engagements without any falling. So Arai able to drive his missile on the ground, Night Raid able to line of sight his, and Mago is just going to out-energy his. Well done by everybody involved in that fight. Spectrum and Bad Lego up to the north are just kind of on their own, but this is what I was talking about, so quick change. This is what I was talking about of the possible surrounding. You're this close, right? You're this close together. Look at the surround that can happen, this concave that can happen. However, with Mago being so far out of the fight, I'm really worried about Spectrum and Bad Lego's positioning. Pause again. Really worried about Spectrum and Bad Lego's positioning here, because instead of this being an even fight or even a 4v3, it's a 4v2. Bad things could be happening. Bad Lego's in a really good defensive position, though. He's slow and low. So let's take a look. Let me try and find Bad Lego here. Wrong camera. So here's Bad Lego, right? He's low. He's 450 knots, 0.6 Mach. He's going to be able to immediately defend at anything that comes in here. So well done by him. Spectrum is high and pushing Mach 1. He's at 16,000 feet. So let's take a look at what Spectrum's doing. Spectrum. Sorry, guys, I'm juggling cameras, and I only have one brain and so many arms. So let's take a look at what Spectrum's doing. So Spectrum, 16,000 feet, Mach 1, 120 coming off his aircraft. Don't know who that's on yet, but let's unpause and see how this is going to go. So here we go. Spectrum launching a 120 from high. That may be coming in on Night Raid, and Night Raid's got to be careful. I don't know that he's going to be able to get away from that one. Here it comes. He's high. He may have gotten caught with his pants down. He's trying to defend the missile that's coming in, and he gets taken down. He just got in too deep, so well done by TAW. Equalizing the playing field. Spectrum recognizing a possible opening, using his altitude and his speed to his advantage, and making something happen. Well done by TAW, moving this from a 4v3 to a 3v3. Now the engagement to watch is Spectrum against Gozer. So let's get both of these. Gozer here. Here we go. Split screen. Here we go. Spectrum now defending. Gozer defending. These guys are all over the place. 120. Looks like Gozer's in trouble. Half mile. Face mile. Gozer gets taken out, and Spectrum is the man so far of the match. He is making things happen. 2 quick kills from Spectrum. Well done. And now we got to watch Bad Lego. Bad Lego's getting in here deep. Bad Lego is behind everyone. Let's pause it and take stock of what we got going here. Okay, so we're paused. Let me get the map. So, Mago, what are you doing out here, brother? All by your lonesome. Just chilling out here. And then we've got this 2v2 incursion. So TAW has the man advantage, but not a man advantage in play. Arai is sandwiched between Spectrum and Bad Lego. He's got the shot against Spectrum. He's higher. He's faster. Spectrum, I think, is tunnel visioned on the Papa Sober. I'm worried about Spectrum's left flank. Okay? If we look at Spectrum's current view. So this is Spectrum's current view. He's in a right-hand tilt. If he gets launched on from this point of view, I don't even know that he's going to get a launch warning. Okay? I don't even know that he's going to get a launch warning in this situation. Arai is going to press him. I'm pretty sure he's going to shoot. And Spectrum's in trouble. But I don't know if Spectrum's going to be able to make something happen before he dies. I'm going to say that I think he's going to die. Okay? I think Spectrum's in a world of trouble. He's in a terrible position right now. What am I looking for? There we go. Okay. So Spectrum's in a terrible, terrible position. So we've got Arai on the left, Spectrum on the right. Let me try and set these views up. There we go. So there's Spectrum with Arai over his left wing. And then we have Arai with Spectrum right on his nose. So let's hit play. Oh, this camera is not pausing. So this one's going to need to pause. There we go. So we're just going to ignore camera 4. And we're playing it out. Arai's got a great shot. He's got a great shot. You got to shoot. Don't wait. Oh, does he not have any missiles left? Still waiting. And the AIM-9 from Spectrum didn't track. But Spectrum gets taken out from Papa Sober. From Bad Lego. And Arai gets taken out. So boom, boom, thank you. Arai and Spectrum go down. And Papa Saber and Bad Lego are like, what happened? Just fly through without a care in the world. So now we've got Bad Lego, Mago, and who else? And Papa Sober. So let's get all of these views going here. Boom. All 3 remaining aircraft are in view. Papa Sober getting ready to merge with Bad Lego. Bad Lego getting ready to merge with Papa Sober. Mago coming in from range, launching a 120 onto Papa Sober. AIM-9 doesn't track from Mago. I don't see the 120. Mago launches another missile. This, I think, is going to be it. AIM-9 at Papa Sober. Sober doesn't see it. And smash right through the center of his aircraft. Mago, totally absent from the majority of that match, comes in, gets the last kill, puts the dagger of the round into German Tactical Air Group, and TAW takes it with 2 pilots remaining. Man. Blue Falcon, it's worth it. And the A-10 and DCS, Bala! Bala! It's so good. So good. What's the score? If TAW makes it back, they're up 1-0 over German Tactical Air Group. So you haven't missed anything yet. Have not missed anything yet. Well, I mean, you missed the entirety of round 1. So you did miss something. But we're still going. Still going. Man, that was an exciting match. Do you guys like the pauses? Below average fight? Maybe. They have to land to win? Yes. The other team can say you don't have to land, but fuel is part of the game. It's part of air combat. If you don't have the fuel to make it back, you're dead. Doesn't count. If you don't make it home, especially in real combat, you might as well have been shot down. Doesn't work. You hesitate to criticize actual fights? I think you got to do it open-minded, with an open mind, and courteously. I don't know. Sometimes I can't talk, right? I don't know. But you got to do it courteously. I think people that fly understand that these matches are going to get picked apart a little bit, and people also need to recognize, especially the spectators, that we have God's view, right? We can see everything. So we're going to be a little more critical, and we make assumptions, But we have to understand that the pilots don't have perfect SA. They have no idea. Eat some Cheerios. They don't have the SA that we have. We have perfect SA. Moving around, external cameras, we can see everybody on the map, TAC view, all that stuff. So that's just things that people need to be aware of, pay attention to. But I think it's all worth it. I think it's all worth it. So we're going to fast forward a little bit for these guys to RTB. Yeah, so Cheerios out of a cup. Cup. Without milk. They were just dry. Makes it so you don't need a spoon. You just dump them in your mouth, right? I guess laziness. Me. Go me. They should push to Mar. What do you mean? Push to a different airfield? They just need to... The 120 is a good missile. Sometimes when you're in competitive play, you get the jitters and you launch early. But people also need to remember is pilots may recognize, at least in these matches, that every shot they take isn't necessarily for a kill. It's just to get the bandit to do something. So maybe they're trying to herd the opposition into a singleton location. Maybe they're trying to separate people. Maybe they're just trying to get people to turn around to build space. Who knows, right? But you don't have to just use weapons to kill people. You can use weapons for a multitude of different uses, whether it be anything that I stated earlier or to just get under people's skin and give them something to think about. I mean, those actives are going to follow them around for a while. So maybe you use that to sneak another missile in there that they don't see coming. Does energy fighting play a role in modern dogfight? Absolutely. Absolutely does it play a role. Actually, the last match, there was in round 1, I think it was, Rage went 1v2 in a BFM fight, guns only, and took 2 people down. And he did it because of energy management. So energy management, energy fighting also takes place in the BVR arena because higher altitude and greater airspeed, you impart that onto your weapon that you're putting out there. The weapon doesn't have to accelerate to those speeds anymore and get that energy. You are giving it to it. So it uses that energy that it has available to accelerate past that and has more smash when it gets to the target. So things like that are things that that people need to think about. Also, more energy you have as an aircraft makes you better able to extend away from a fight or extend away from an incoming threat. Lower energy makes it easier to notch. So just things to think about. These are open events. They're open for teams. So this event, SATAL, runs for about 6 months. We run it once a year. This season's coming to an end. If you have any interest in competitive play, I highly suggest you join a team. There's tons of, how many teams are competing? There's like 25 teams that are competing this year in SATAL. It's like $10,000 worth of prizes or something on the line. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors, by the way. If you guys want to know anything about any of the sponsors, click the link in the links in the descriptions and panels down below because they're all very well worth it. Very well worth it. I know a lot of the suppliers have been having issues with COVID and everything going on, but it's all well worth it. So it looks like these guys are not going to have to RTB. One of the tracks just ended. No, they are. I guess I only fast forwarded that track. So we're going to fast forward here a little bit more and watch these guys RTB, and then we will be done. Trying to get Air Force to sponsor a team. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I'd like to talk to the U.S. Air Force or Marines or Navy or anybody about sponsoring SATAL. I just don't know who to talk to. And it's a little bit overwhelming reaching out and talking to those guys. Looks like these guys are getting ready to put it down at Guadada. So this ruined my plan. I thought the North was going to win. North had won almost all of the engagements, if not all of the engagements previously in this matchup over the past couple days. And then TAW goes and ruins it. They win from the south from Guadada. Thanks, TAW. Fun ruiners. Well, they put it down. So let's jump back. I'm going to get the next track set up. I'm going to send you guys back to the supercut and then the Be Right Back screen while I get everything ready to go for round 2. TAW Wolfpack currently leads 1-0 in this best of 3. You guys think German Tactical Air Group has what it takes? I don't know. That was a pretty close match. We're going to have to see. But more SATAL action. TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group. Coming at you in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We ran into a little bit of a problem. Track 2 of this match doesn't want to work. It broke. I don't know what's going on with it. It's kind of a raffle stomp that happens in that match, in that round, so we're going to move on to round 3. German Tactical Air Group comes back. I'm going to give you guys a synopsis. Comes back and just railroads TAW Wolfpack. Just annihilation, right? German Tactical Air Group's Papa Sober is the only one to die from their side. The death order for TAW is Mago first, Bad Lego Preacher, and then Spectrum. But it doesn't take very long. The first death happens at the 36th minute, so nothing takes place for 23 minutes after they take off, and then everybody is dead within 3 minutes. So it happens very, very fast. It's not as prolonged or protracted as the last round was. But we're going to move on to round 3. So right now we are tied at 1 apiece. That's what took me so long, is I was sitting here trying to get it to work. I was going through some personal tracks trying to get them to work. But all the personal tracks, and I kind of wonder if it's because I don't have the modules installed. All the personal tracks are, whenever I start one, the pilot that I start it with is missing, right? So it doesn't, it puts them in his AI and does weird things. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But German Tactical Air Group ties it up at 1 apiece. Now, something that we do need to talk about, or we talk about this often, is that, in my opinion, when you win the second round, it gives you an advantage. You've got the morale advantage. You've got the momentum. Everything is going for you because you've been able to turn it around, and this round is the one that means it all, right? This is it. Round 3. You're going into it. You're on a high note. Can German Tactical Air Group carry that on? Or will TAW Wolfpack be able to come back and say, nuh-uh-uh, we are here to stay, and that last round was just a fluke? Well, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Some of you guys are saying German Tactical Air Group. Some of you are saying TAW. What are your guys' thoughts? Who do you think's going to come out on top? I'm going to go with German Tactical Air Group because of round 2. It's really hard to overcome that. I got to go with them. That's my prediction. But I want to know what your guys' predictions are. What do you guys think is going to happen here? Who do you guys think is going to come out with the W? With the W. Just trying to get these situated. All right. Let's hit play, jump into the pit, and see how round 3 gets going. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but here we go. Sitting here with TAW at Guadada, Bad Lego Preacher, Spectrum, and Mago. So no substitutions on either side for these guys. 318s and a singleton F-16 for TAW. And then I'm pretty sure the German Tactical Air Group is going to be very similar. So German Tactical Air Group is Papa Sober in his JF-17, Night Raid, Arai, and Gozer in their F-16s. So same setups. Obviously, you can't change planes, but all the same pilots. No substitutions. So is German Tactical Air Group going to be able to make it happen here in round 3 after winning round 2 in a very, very commanding fashion? I know you guys didn't see it, but we'll see. The Tossum team will win. I like that. I like that. That's good. Tossum. Tossum. Papa Sober lining it up. He's probably going to be leading these guys off. Arai still has his canopy open. And Night Raid still has not taken the runway. There he goes. Can see hear his engine coming up. Do we think weapons had anything to do with the last round? Weapon shortages. I mean, Arai didn't have any weapons left on his F-16 for German Tactical Air Group. I thought it was going to be TAW that was going to have the weapons problems, but it was actually German Tactical Air Group. and Mago came through and cleaned everything up at the end. But Arai could have launched a lot earlier on Spectrum had he had remaining munitions instead of barreling through the engagement zone. Like we saw in round 1. We got to skip round 2 because I didn't really see what happened. I played through the TAC view a little bit, but we're just going to leave it with how it is. But weapons were definitely an issue. Are we going to see a weapons problem here in round 3? I don't know. I think people are going to be a bit more patient, since this is the winner-take-all round. People typically going into overtime are a bit more cautious. Both teams still with 2 aircraft remaining on the runway. 2 have already departed. Mago is leaving. And there they go. So TAW is all in the air. German Tactical Air Group, though, on the other hand, is still on the ground, building that 2-ship separation that we saw there in round 1. Definitely seemed to work for them in round 2. I don't know if it was their more organized approach, if they had a more organized approach in round 2, or if it was some miscommunication or combobulation or hecticness, I don't know, going on in round 2 for TAW. But German Tactical Air Group is still on the runway, not seeing any of those turkey feathers crunching together to signify that they're lighting them up and rolling down the runway. G-Tag, what are you doing? I'm not sure what German Tactical Air Group's doing. Building a lot of separation. Oh, here they go. There they go. They're rolling now. So we are off and rolling here in this round 3. Winner take all. The Art of Warfare Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group. Who's coming out on top? Lots of you guys think TAW is going to be the ones. It's their match to lose. I don't know. Man. These guys are starting their incursion, 130 miles apart. Again, Crimps taking on Guadata, 4v4. German Tactical Air Group against TAW Wolfpack. TAW Wolfpack is just coming off the last round of getting obliterated. They did fairly well in round 1 with 2 pilots remaining, so it is 1-1 going into this round 3. TAW does have the weapons advantage in their Hornets, carrying 8 weapons apiece instead of 6 for each of the 16s and 17. Bishop D, thank you for the Prime sub, much appreciated. And Urutaro Man, thank you, coming back for 9 months for the Tier 1. So many streams. Indeed, I'm trying to get caught back up. We've been a little bit behind because I didn't stream for like a month and a half because Moltar didn't have internet. It sucked. It was terrible. And then with that, we had that whole fiasco with someone bringing out some stuff from my past that we had to deal with. All that bullshit. So we're here now. Jeff cannot use jamming pot. Not in right now when this match took place. You can now because jammers have been fixed, but you can't during when this match took place because there were some bugs with active missiles. So they were banned in SATAL. We're pretty strict on bugs and stuff in SATAL and exploits, and like I will ban people for exploiting. You'll lose matches and stuff if you're caught exploiting. It's not cool. There are some things that you can do in game that yes, you can do them in game, but just because you can do them in game doesn't mean that it's okay in competitive play. So DCS is a very complicating sim, and my heart goes out to Eagle Dynamics for doing all that they can. They can't catch them all, but you know, it is what it is. Supposedly, there have been some new additions to the ED testing team that I am very excited about. So supposedly, from what I've heard, lots of things have been getting fixed. Lots and lots of things have been getting corrected, which is really cool. Like, supposedly the desync stuff with warp and rolling, fixed. Supposedly. Don't quote me on that. But supposedly it's been fixed. We will see. I don't have my pit set up, so who knows for me. I can't check any of this out. Bullets throwing pennies at me. We're down at the strip club. He's making it hail. The Canadian way. Pennies on the way. Pennies for panties. That sounds like an email. Separation between the two teams, 70 miles. If we were in a Tomcat or had Tomcats, this would be the time we would start to see those big boys coming off the rails. No Tomcats, though. No telephone poles. No Magnums. Max Power. Jumping on the Canadian Avalanche. Making the pennies happen. Pennies for panties. PFP. Guys still ingressing. You missed the flying fridges? Seba Kogu rating with 19. Welcome, guys. If you're just joining us, this is SATAL Squadron Air-to-Air League. I have no idea if any of you guys have watched this before. Squadron Air-to-Air League, and it is a 4v4 deathmatch with the Gold League teams, TAW Wolfpack taking on German Tactical Air Group. We are tied at 1 apiece in this best of 3. Yeah, no betting right now. There's no mods to facilitate this because I just kind of disappeared for like a month and a half, and the mods haven't been back. But welcome to everybody from that raid. Seba Kogu, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Hopefully you had a great stream. Fixed, you say, remember to spay and neuter. Fixed, remember to spay and neuter. Yeah, that's a good one. May have to utilize that. First missile came off from Gozer. You guys like this view the best? Is this your favorite view? Should I just stay in this one more? It's probably the easiest for you guys to follow along. But I want to know what you guys think. What are your favorite views? This is your favorite view. Okay. Missile responded from Gozer by TAW Preacher, putting the 120 out there. Both of these were launched from over 30 miles. Not going to work. Labels on subviews, they are on. They're just not very big. They're there. They're just hard to see. But they're there. Maybe zoom in. You got Papa Sober in the JF-17, the map in 4. 2 is Gozer, and 1 is Arai. Oh, Bear says the favorite view is when I zoom in on my face. Can I do it in this one? No. That is a solid view. I like that view. You guys probably think it's funny because you hate my face. That's a dumb song. That's a dumb song. There we go. Anyway, separation between the two teams, 31 miles. Patience is these teams' best virtue, it seems. No team is wanting to commit. Last round, it took 23 minutes for the action to start going. Hate is such a strong word. In my life, hate is a relative word. hate is right next to love, I change things very fast. I don't know what my word would be for actually, maybe despise. I like the word despise. It's a good substitute for what people normally think of for hate. For a second there, I thought Arai was in a JF-17, but they just have the same livery. Thought, wait, you can't do that. But they didn't cheat. What happened in round 2? I think I lost something. We didn't show it because round 2's tracks were boinked. They didn't work, which was unfortunate. It was bad. I would play them and then they would immediately end. I don't know what happened. Corruption or something, but they didn't work. I kept playing them like I was thinking something was going wrong, like I was exiting the track or something, but it wasn't. It just wasn't working. Not sure why. Not sure why. But both teams being very, very patient. Give you guys these views. There we go. A little bit more interesting view for you guys. You guys can actually kind of ride along with the pilots in question. Gozer being aggressive. Losing a lot of airspeed. 290 knots, 31,000 feet in gate. Not sure why he was that aggressive. He's got 5 missiles remaining, all 120s. Arai has all 6 remaining. Sober has all 6 remaining. 4 radar, 2 IR. And then Bad Lego has all 6 remaining with his 3 tanks and pod. Why no scoreboard anymore? It was taking up space. But I know the real reason. You guys just want it there so you can criticize me. Is that it? 12 someone? Yes, this is round 3. I would like to be able to run more cameras than this. If I could ever get a 3090, maybe we could run 6 or 8. Whereas round 2, it didn't work. It was corrupted. German Tactical Air Group just smashed TAW, though. After last patch, chaff works again. Is there no desync with the 120s anymore? That'd be nice. Mago puts a 120 out. I think Bod Lego from the south put a 120 out as well. Yeah, there it goes. Mago put the 120 out there for the north. So 120's coming from multiple directions. Arai put one out in response to the one coming from Mago. And those missiles they were launched from 21 miles, 22 miles, so not really going to be effective. Logical samurai. Very logical. Should call you Spock. Like I said, I'm new, but do you all ever do World War II dogfights? I have not done them before. Maybe I should organize one. I just haven't done one. I should, though, shouldn't I? That would be cool. Or some other eras. It's just hard, because this takes up a lot of time, and I like to spend time with my family, and I got a lot of other stuff to do, and my brain doesn't let me do very much during the day. Like, after these matches, for anybody that doesn't know, I got in a car wreck like 3.5 years ago on a motorcycle, and I got a brain injury. So after a couple hours of doing this, my brain is just fudged. It is frucked. So I can't really do much. It refuses to do anything. It's like Moltar. No, I'm not doing anything. It's hard for me to be around people, so I live my life for you guys, if you will. So it's hard for me to do a whole lot of other stuff because I still want to have time with my family. There's other things I want to try and do around the house, even though I can only do it in limited capacities. So it is what it is. I didn't die. That's a plus. That's a bonus. You know, being dead would be unfortunate. So not dying is it's on the upside. Happy about that. 120 now being launched from... Who'd that come from? Gozer. Let's grab it. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Boom. Boom. 120. Here we go. My face. Gone. Boo. So here comes the 120 launch from Gozer. Can't tell who it's on yet. Looks like it's on Preacher. Don't think it's going to be an effective shot. That 120 looks like it was in response to Preacher's 120. And if we look at Arai's air... Nope, it's not Arai. It's Gozer. Gozer's aircraft. Can we see the 120 that's on him? Oh, I saw it. There it is. 3.5 miles behind him. That thing is not going to catch him. No way in hell is that going to be able to reach out and touch his aircraft. 2.5 miles away. He's coming up on Mach 1, still egressing away from the incoming threat. Not a chance. Not a chance. Mr. Nickel Mouse, an hour or two of live streaming in the capacity of solo host and producer while responding. Yeah, it's a lot easier when I do like my own flights because I'm not having to pay attention to 5 different cameras, attack view, and audio and chat and all this other stuff. It's just easier. So this can be tough. This can be very tough, but it's worth it. It's fun. I love interacting with all of you. It is a good time. Arai is now getting pressed from the left by Mago. Mago, you sneaky beaky man. Let's see. He's launched. Here comes the 120. Here it comes. So here's the 120 coming from Mago. And Arai is at 41,000 feet. Arai. Oh, no. OMG, this is bad. He's not defending yet. No missile warning. Here it comes. Here it comes. 2.5 miles away. Arai's dead. No way. 1,200 knots. He's going to try and make something happen. He's trying to turn into it. And here it comes. Here it comes. Is it going to hit him? Boom! Taken down. Arai is the first casualty. And TAW, after round 2, making things happen. Coming out to round 3, saying no way. No way. Did I show the wrong missile? I don't think so. No way are we going down without a fight. And they take the first kill and go up 4-3. So German Tactical Air Group not looking so hot right now. Not looking so good. Let's go back to the main view so you guys can see what's going on. Who cares about a missile? I don't. There we go. So I think that wasn't necessarily a point of not having patience. It was just non-reactiveness. At 41,000 feet, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. 41,000 feet being that slow, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. And he died. You've played War Thunder Wireless Mouse? Or Blue Falcon? Yeah, this game's a little more in-depth, or Sim's a little more in-depth than War Thunder. And it can actually get a lot more expensive on the equipment side. It can get very expensive when you see some of the guys' pits that I know. It can get crazy. Crazy! Like the stick I use is like $1,000. Yeah. If you don't want to spend money on drugs, get into DCS or Magic the Gathering. I've done both. Not both at the same time. That would be life-ending. But everybody that thinks this stuff is cheap, man. Oh, yeah. Roundabout brings up a good point. Don't spend a lot on hardware until you're sure it's something you want and you have the knowledge base to be able to make informed decisions on that hardware. Go buy like a T16000M or something from Thrustmaster. That'd be my best suggestion. We need to pause, take stock in what's going on. All right, paused. Let's take stock in what is happening, all right? Zoom in here. 4 pilots remaining for TAW. Great concave. I'm a little worried about their positioning. They are very, very spread out. But you can see this concave that they've got going on around German Tactical Air Group. Now, German Tactical Air Group, on the flip side of things, is... Oh, Gozer died. Oh, no. We missed that one. Let's back up and see what happened. Boop, 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 boop. What happened? Oh, he's not dead. Okay, he's not dead. He's not dead. 21,000, but look how slow he is. No. So here's Gozer. Completely vertical, 21,000 feet. Mach 0.6. Missile coming in at him. Mach 3.5 from 30,000 feet. This is not good at all for Gozer. Does he get away from this one? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Let's hit play and find out. So here we go. Gozer's now trying to get away. He's so slow. Continuing to try and build energy. Continuing to try and make something happen. Let's get the missile. Here it comes. Split screen. No, missile's not tracking anymore. All right. He made it away from it. I think. No, desync. It hit him. So he did get hit. It was just desync. Or he ripped his wings off. Something happened. Something bad happened. Man, pause again. I'm a fan of the missile cam too. It's a great one. I need to try and utilize it more. I'm starting with these pauses help me get into, they help immensely with organizing and figuring out where I need to put stuff and making sure we don't miss action. And we can talk about the current state of things. I just hope that pausing this stuff is okay for you guys because it kind of removes some of the excitement. So just hopefully that's okay. But look at this positioning from TAW on the German Tactical Air Group. German Tactical Air Group is in for a rough time. This is like the girl sitting on the couch with a bunch of guys sitting behind her, that picture. Yeah, that's what this looks like right now. And TAW is the bunch of guys, and the JF-17 and the F-16 from GTAG is the girl. This is... Or, flip vice versa. It could be guys or all girls or whatever. Whatever. I don't care what your orientation is, whatever you want it to be. That's just, use your imagination. Anyway, this is what's going on. It's just not a good place to be in, I think, for German Tactical Air Group. No. Are we going to see an epic ninja cheese happen here? I don't know. Let's hit play and find out. Here we go. All right, so we're rolling. We are rolling. Preacher is now defending an incoming threat. Where's Preacher? It's an SC-10. Doesn't have to worry about that. Zoom in here. No, he does. Desync. Preacher's dead. Oh, no. So the SD-10 did get him. What happened there? Not good, it seems. Maybe there's just some desync with the tracks. Because that's bad news. Bad news bears. All over the place. Bad Legos now down here all by his lonesome. We're down to a 3v2. So German Tactical Air Group making things happen here. Making things happen. 120 coming in against Night Raid. Let's try and grab that. Oh, it's not. Is it tracking? It is. Is it tracking? Sort of. It's really slow. It's trying. It's trying, but it's not going to make it. Not going to make it. Mago, meanwhile, is dragging a 120C of his own. Bad Lego is just... Where are you going? I do like the recognition of Night Raid and Papa Sober to recognize Bad Lego is isolated. Let's press. And it looks like that is exactly what they are doing. So we're going to ride along with Papa Sober. Let's grab his... Or are they? No, they're not. Papa Sober is now breaking off that. It's now breaking off that engagement and turning in circles. So I guess they don't recognize Bad Lego down there to the south. Maybe Bad Lego's going to come up. He needs to come up. He's very fast, 35,000 feet, Mach 1.4. Missiles being exchanged between Night Raid and Spectrum now. Let's grab that missile view. So here's the missile coming from Spectrum onto Night Raid. Is it tracking? No, Spectrum onto Night Raid. And it is tracking. 1,000 knots is not going to be able to come up on him. No way in hell is that going to be able to work. Nope. Not going to happen. So he tries as he might, tries to make something happen. And now we've got a 120 being launched from Night Raid onto Bad Lego. So let's jump to Bad Lego's view. Here's Bad Lego. Let's see if we can get that missile here. Here's the missile coming in on Bad Lego. And Bad Lego's very high. This is not good. Not a place you want to be in. And smash twice, multiple times. We have had high combatants. Pause. We need to talk about this. High combatants get caught with their pants down. You cannot get caught high inside 15 miles against a decently high, fast opponent. You will die virtually every time. Every time. And that is exactly what we have seen. We've seen it multiple times. Bad Lego is the latest recipient. And German Tactical Air Group has moved this from a 2v4 to a 2v2. All of the momentum is now with them. And TAW Mago is totally isolated. He is on his own down here, all by himself, with an ST-10 barreling in. ST-10 coming for his sweep behind. Here it is. And that is, the ST-10 is not a small missile by any stretch. Let's see if we can see it. It should be... It's blue, so it's going to be hard to see. No, it should be right there. Okay, so there it is. Let's play. See how this is going to unfold. But Mago, 13,000 feet, 500 knots, and that ST-10 still has some smash. 1,700 knots for it. Here she comes. Oh, is she tracking? Is there going to be some desync again? No, it lost track. Well done by Mago to be able to... No! It did hit him. So there's just desync with the ST-10 or with Papa Sober. Bad news for Mago. He gets taken down. Wings gone. And without wings, you're going to have a hard time flying. So now we're down to a 2v1. All the advantage resides with German Tactical Air Group. Papa Sober again and Night Raid coming up against Spectrum. Does Spectrum have what it takes to be able to come out on top in this 2v1 situation? Nope, sorry. Trying to get everybody here. There we go. Try view. Now we got all the planes. Okay. So here's everybody. Here's the map. Everything that's going on. Spectrum is up here to the north. Papa Sober and Night Raid are down here to the south. It's at 1,000 feet altitude for Spectrum, 3,000 feet for Papa, and 8,000 feet for Night Raid. So decent, better altitude management coming from the German Tactical Air Group side. Are they going to be able to make anything come of that? Both teams recommitting. Spectrum recommitting against Night Raid. Give me that F5 view. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. There it is. And the 120 oh, no! Night Raid's 120 just pops up right over the hills and smashes Spectrum. Great shot from Night Raid, but he succumbs to the 120 that was launched from Spectrum in a 1-to-1 trade. And then before you knew it, Papa Sober is all by himself. All alone. What a match. Coming down to the wire. German Tactical Air Group going down 2v4, and then they fight back and take the round. Man. 2v4 to 2v1, the complete opposite. Man, oh man, oh man. Never thought that would have happened in a million years. But it did. Man. Well flown by both teams, especially German Tactical Air Group. Dang. Dang. While these guys are RTB. Turn this down a little bit. I am going to look at what match is going to be next. But what a match. What'd you guys think of that? That was impressive. I like the tactical pauses. I use the FSSB. I don't like the Jeff. I only fly the F-16 though. That's just me. Okay, let's see. SATAL. Next match is 36 Stormo Verciale against 64th Aggressors. Sorry, no. Eclipse Task Force taking on 36 Stormo. Eclipse Task Force taking on 36 Stormo Verciale is going to be our next match. So we're going back to Diamond League. Eclipse Task Force ETF against 36th. And then we will stay with Diamond League for a couple matches. And then we will be back to Gold League. After that. For a little bit. So next match is Diamond League 36th against 64th. But great match today against... for German Tactical Air Group against TAW. Sorry we didn't get to see the second round, but man, what a matchup. German Tactical Air Group, I thought they were done for. Just fast forward in this RTB. I thought they were done for sure at the beginning of that round when they went down 2-4. That's just mind-blowing how they came back from that. Great, great job. .104th Bullet made it hail again with the 1 bit. Thank you very much. Pennies for pennies. Thank you. I don't know if that was an SA advantage or what, but that was well done. Maybe some discombobulation, confusion, just stuff not seemingly to go right for TAW. Don't know what happened there. Bad Lego was heavily separated down there to the south. I don't know if that played a role in any of it, but man. Unfathomable that that happened. That's impressive. Not really any mountains, maybe some foothills, but There wasn't any loss of situational awareness, it seemed like. So I don't know what happened. I'm just surmising. But, guys, that brings us to the end as Papa Sobear puts it down to clinch this round 3 against TAW Wolfpack and lead their division. So well done by them. Congratulations. I will see you guys. I'm actually not going to stream tomorrow. It is New Year's Eve. I'm going to stream Friday, though. So we're going to take Thursday off, and we're going to stream Friday. 1600 Zulu, Friday, New Year's Day, January 1st. And then we'll see about Saturday. Sometimes I need a break, as this can get pretty fatiguing, and I don't want to burn out on this either. So, guys, I will see you back Friday. We're going to take tomorrow off again. I'm going to see you back Friday. Eclipse Task Force taking on, who did I say they were taking on? Taking on 36 Stormo. So ETF against 36. It's going to be great. Quick shout-outs to Monk and Samurai for the 100 bits. Thank you very much, guys. Just goes back to making the stream just that bit better. Until next time, guys, stay safe in those virtual skies. We'll see you Friday for that Diamond League matchup. Have a good one. See you later.